Hey everybody, check it out. When I click Yellorium in the ME network now, we have 1,582 ingots over what the reactor is using. And that's just gonna grow. And why is that? Why is that, friends? What did FWIP do to ensure that we would never run out of Yellorium again? Oh, just the problem solver sleuth skills that puts Occam's razor to shame. If the laser drill is clearly the only thing giving us renewable yellorium, then we need to edit it. I threw in 6 cyan focuses, which directly result in a lot more yellorium ore heading over there, getting processed up automatically and directly into our reactor. So therefore, our power issues are solved. Being that as it may, I turned on all the bee machines again because downstairs we're going to start, hopefully, getting some bees that give us some Ars Magica products, because I think that's the next step. I've already done bees that give me, what was it? Bees that give me lots of different ores. We don't need ores anymore. We've beaten that thing way, way away. So we're going to make us some mutator blocks here. And although this particular version doesn't include things such as, oh wait, I'm going to need those alveoli blocks back. Though it doesn't include uranium ore, which would have made things so much more perfect, we could just make a whole bunch of mutators, fill them with Eyes of Ender, because nether stars are way too expensive, and then we'll have bees. But bees are kinda dull. That's not what this episode's about. No, this episode is a bit of a show-off build, because although that skull took a while, the thing I've been working on now has been taking ages, and I've hinted at it in a few past episodes if you've been following along. Only that arena I've been mentioned we needed to have built. Alright, so I really need to explain what's up with this. And before you say, Flip, this doesn't look like it took too long, watch this. Oh, yeah. The entire freaking structure is made out of warded stone. I had to click every individual block. You realize how that is? And the ones that aren't, well, let's just say that goes 4 blocks down. That is a 4-block solid volume of sand. Okay? I'm going to take it off now so you guys kind of understood the scope, right? Okay. Here's the idea behind this arena. It's being built very slowly because I'm just the one making it. Because I figure if Whip has enough ideas, he can go to her, right? Well, it's not as easy as that, unfortunately, I've learned. Anyway, here's the base concept that kind of got me started on this. You have one big tower in the middle, and you have some sort of objective in the middle. So either one team is in here shooting down the other team, trying to do something cool, or in this case, there's a cool little objective. In this one, it's going to be the Carbonite Reactor objective. That's a pretty good little starting point. So, people are going to have to gather redstone from the various redstone things, and there's going to be probably some creeper spawners, or maybe just one. Or maybe one of those regenerating zombies, I don't know. So it's going to be very dangerous to get the redstone ore. And then you've got to bring it over here to one of these crafting terminals, which I've called them. And up top there is not going to be a spawner. Instead, I'm going to be placing a sinister node. I still have to find those in the world. But as you imagine, as I build the arena, I don't exactly want to put the mob spawners in yet. You know how annoying that would be? Anyways, you come over here to these super crafting frames, which have the luxury of, if you right-click them, you'll auto-craft whatever you have if you have the items in your inventory to do so. So if anybody's interested in crafting, say, condensed explosives, which take 2 TNT and 1 redstone dust, they need to have that, right? Now you know why I've got some creeper spawners over there. Because I fully intend people to build their own explosives. This whole place is warded. It's all good. Make your own flint and steel, make your own redstone blocks to complete the objective, make yourself some iron armor from the various places. I don't know. I kind of want them to have some ranged weapons as well. I'm going to provide every single player with a wand of excavation so that they can destroy blocks at a distance. Because there is no way into this tower. You need to either get some of the loot chests from inside, which will probably have maybe some ladders. Or, dig up the sand, pillar up. But if anybody can tell you, pillaring up on a pillar of sand is a terrible idea if your opponents are armed with beams of excavation. So it's going to be kind of hectic, as you'd assume. I really do need to think about the whole ranged component. Anyway, we're probably going to have some sort of TNT spawner up in here, so it'll be very dangerous to get in. Once you get to the top, however, and by the way, the excavation beams are equipped with Fortune 3, or whatever. Or maybe they're not. I could have forgotten to do that. So maybe they'll need to get some fortune enchants somewhere else. Because there's amethyst, there's iron, they can upgrade their armor should they have the ability to do so. They can upgrade their explosive devices should they have the desire to do so. Very intense. Anyways, the basic goal is get the redstone blocks, put them in the reactor, have the reactor explode, and whichever team collects enough gas tiers from the gases that result is the victor, and that's easy. At the end, we just show off who's got what loot, and bam, problem solved. Now, this kind of an arena also has other ideas that I have in mind. For example, the reason why there are in fact warded blocks around here is at some point another game mode involves placing a quest ram in here, and then the same pattern is repeated. We have various wool or dyes around the arena, maybe some sheep, and whoever can complete the quest ram's objective wins, and it's going to be a named sheep, so whoever killed the quest ram auto loses the map. Intense, right? This sort of objective fighting map is not quite the arena I think other people had in mind, which is why I'm kind of building it solo right now. Over here in the jungle, I watched one of Chris's, or SW Chris, however you want to call him, his video, and he wants to build a Mayahenge PvP map right here, which is fine. I don't want to steal his thunder or anything. I'm sure that my arena way over here is far enough away from what he's doing. I'm going to call this one the Ivory Tower map for obvious reasons. The fact that it's completely indestructible, although really an exploding carbonite reactor might in fact destroy warded stone. I don't know. That's actually a really cool test. It will be whenever we play this map. There's still other concerns like food or classes. For example, I want people to get maybe the brew of webs or the brew of vines, so they can scale the tower easily while debilitating their opponents. Oh, and over here we have very simply a couple of things with heal and regen on them. So anybody standing on this rune will automatically get heal and regeneration, so they can kind of run over here and be auto-healed. Other things this arena needs, specifically, like I said, some area where people get ranged weapons unless they start with them, some sort of trap, maybe fire starters, those igniter blocks from the Twilight Forest, those things. Those are all necessary. Oh, and over here, I kind of have a book that I've been working on where I basically have my plans. The crafting frames are great. Everstone might be better for the Mayahenge arena, but since it reforms when you break it, would make a really kicker kind of map, except for this arena, I don't know. As long as all the blocks are designated, hey, you can break this, but it's coming back. I don't know. Yeah, warded just seemed like the easiest way right there and then at the time. Put in some caster turrets, not a big issue there. Maybe some shelves or armor stands for like a bunker. Still haven't decided how to spawn players in just yet. I'm thinking maybe elevator blocks or something. I don't want spawn camping, obviously, so that's kind of a big deal. Maybe a power suit class here, because they're super heavy and very well armored. Everybody's going to have bombs. I want a flim flam trickster class just for the hell of it. Gonna need to go farm some instability orbs, and you can't really farm those, so that's kind of sucks. Last man standing is obvious. I don't know. Just some other silly things in here I've gotten. I don't even know if minecart payload race would be such a good idea, though, because anybody with a ranged weapon would just knock the cart off and then throw it to the end, unless I specifically said that was unallowed, except assuming that people are shooting each other with ranged weapons, TNT carts are not the most stable things last time I checked. They're all just kind of ideas here. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe something with sonic glasses, although those are the most annoying items in the entire game. So that's just a base start on the sorts of arena ideas I've had going in the last little while. I'm kind of impressed with how good it's going. It'll have to do with the opinions of others, however. But since everyone's going to have wands of excavation, I'm going to have nodes with earth aspect in them, and they'll spawn zombies occasionally in these 4 crafting areas, so that'll be good. Also, maybe getting people some loot such as the Hellbat wand focus wouldn't be a bad idea, because that would give people even more versatility. Don't really want to give them the portable hole. I don't know. Does portable hole work on blah blah blah? Does portable hole work on warded blocks? In fact, no. So that would have no use whatsoever, unless they specifically want to drop somebody through to here, which would kind of be a jerk move because it immediately fills back in. No, nah, we're not doing that. But that's a little bit of an idea of what I've got going on. As you can see, everything's fine, dandy, even if the other team didn't get the memo that we are now allowed to build in other biomes without threat of griefing. The whole thing is protected except the sand. And if they want to steal sand that badly, goodness sakes, just raid one of the ME chests. I'm sure everybody's got more than enough sand by now. Especially thanks to, I think it was SW Chris's sand processing plant that he graciously created in our basement. I mean, that took like 6 stacks. But again, sand is a dangerous building material. I don't think anybody's gonna go the sandstone route. But even if they did, that's time, right? So once I figure out what ranged weapons everybody should have, I think it'll be pretty swell as far as an arena goes. I mean, there's so many options. Flans mod guns, there's just a ton there, which would be really great. Foamcraft bows. Let's see here. Goodness sakes, even blood stuff, except for people that aren't in blood magic, it would kill them too, which is a bit of a weird advantage for us who started already, and I don't really want that. No, there's issues like balancing and things for every sort of arena. So, it's in the works, assuming that other people don't have Ars Magica stuff, like caster levels. I would have to specifically use caster runes, so that there isn't a specific advantage again outside of the game. It all has to be kind of self-contained, and what I like the most about it is the stuff that's not warded. For example, all this stone brick, everything's pretty clear on what's warded and not, right? Anything white right now is warded. Anything, etc., is a resource that you can gather up and build with, right? So, these towers here, I totally intend for people to tear them apart and turn them into stairs, build ways to keep the mobs away from themselves, because I don't know what armor they're going to have, but although they can make an iron set really easily, that's not going to help if they have random Foamcraft zombies spawning directly on top of them. And the crafting frames are a way to kind of introduce crafting and very well manage what resources they have. Like, nothing here is wood, so they can't build pressure plates and levers. They've got to use flint and steel that they get from hopefully destroying the gravel right down here. Which is a bit of a random chance as well, but I assume everybody's going to want to use TNT on people, because that's what I like, and obviously in my sort of a map, there you go. But when you've gotten God Armor, what the heck are you going to do except build an arena in your own image, right? If anybody has a problem with it, they can build their own arena. Or give me suggestions, because I'm totally down with that. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit, guys. I got crafting to do.